We can hear all of our stupidity.
Oh, that's good.
Yay!
Let's go
Where are we going?
to this math equation or whatever.
That sounds like a pretty lit place.
I don't know. It might be.
One might even call it Liddy, I suppose. Some of my fellow youths might say that. Yeah, you know that meme with Steve Buscemi? Okay.
Names are child of sushi.
That's the last name, so you normally don't pick the last name.
Somebody
I think
that one.
someone eventually, like way down the
That's
tree.
accurate. At some point, somebody had to pick the last name, but that was like many generations ago.
Still.
So, yes,
Many generations.
Buscemi is still the last name, and so Steve Buscemi, he's holding like a skateboard, and like he has like a backwards hat. He's like an older guy. Okay. Think like
Danny would be going
think like like kind of like my dad's age, that kind of thing. Okay. So or older. And so he's holding like a skateboard, has like a hat on backwards, and like all these hip clothes, okay. And he's in a high school with a bunch of their students. He's like, "How is it going, my fellow youths?" And just trying to like fit in. So anyway, so that's kind of what that was a joke to, as my fellow youths would say. I digress. So we've been working on slope-intercept form. Reviewing again, we said, hey, this is our slope-intercept form. Y and x are points or variables. The m and the b are the slope and the y-intercept. We identified slope and y-intercept. Then we wrote equations when we were given slope and the y-intercept. And then we changed equations to slope-intercept form from standard form. This is really what we just did in our warm-up too, right? Okay, because this was solving an equation for y. Just put it into slope-intercept form, which I said before we started. And then we had a couple more of those, but we didn't do them. And then we had this equation from a graph that we wrote. So we said, hey, we have this graph. So we picked 2 points. We said, okay, here's our slope, 2 over 1, which is 2. Y-intercept is 1. It's where it crosses this y-axis. Remember, y goes up and down. And then we have this equation, y equals 2x plus 1. We just take the y equals mx plus b format, and then say, okay, slope is 2, that's m. Y-intercept is 1, that's b. Plug it in. Gucci gang. We did another one. We practiced that. Then I gave out the homework assignment, which Tyson didn't listen to.
Yep.
I'm sure he wasn't the only one, but he's the only one I currently know of, besides Jason, who was saying yes after knowing we weren't checking it right now. So I'm assuming there's those two at the very least. Probably more. Certainly more of my other classes as well. So we're gonna start out. Yes, exactly. We're gonna start out with this graph. Okay. So can I get a volunteer to point out where the points would be here? To come up here and drop points on where points would be that we could use. Nate.
Step on my computer and that wouldn't be good.
Really similar. I think it has the same exact symbol.
Was it? Okay. So those who can't see, Nate put them in these 3 spots. Okay, these are 3 points where they intersect exactly where 2 coordinates would intersect. That makes our life easier. Okay, so we're going to use these, pick 2 points, find the slope, find a y-intercept, write an equation. Go ahead. Go on your paper, find these things, please, and thank you. Say, I rubber and you're blue. Anything you say bounce off me, it's on you.
That from you, the rubber just bounces off both of us.
Bounce forever. You play Portal 2.
Yes.
So you know the bounce gel?
Yeah, it's like that.
I wanna wish you were
Yeah.
married.
Hey, can I get?
I wanna wish
Okay, so student was having me listen to the trap remix of Lace Hobby Doll the other day. Okay, that is interesting to say the least. So anyway, can I get a volunteer to come up and do this one? Okay, I'm gonna have Riley come up and do this one. Sure. You okay? I didn't do it first. Seems a little broken.
I wanna wish you were married.
Mm.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Why are you looking at me like that? Yeah, like toss.
You're being a little bit.
Little C.
Oh, I'm being stalked.
Oh,
Mr.
little
Russell,
C.
nice to meet you.
Little C.
You know there's a D at teacher, right? He's just saying I'm dumb.
The D is silent, like a pterodactyl. Oh wait, it's a P.
Hey, Ms. Edmonds,
How do you spell pterodactyl?
how'd you know the slope is 1/5?
That's how you spell it. Because you go up one, and you go
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
How'd you know the y-intercept was -3? Oh, and y is the one that goes up and down. Okay, okay. So how'd you know that's your equation then, if you know those things? How does that help us? I don't see an M or a B. No, but then it'll show up on the test and I won't be ready.
Oh my god.
Little C, don't get so triggered.
You just know.
Just go in after school and talk to her, little C.
That's probably
A little C.
Here, I got you. This is M, and
Wait, what's that?
Oh, thank you. Okay. Good work, slap on the back and stuff, okay?
That was really snappy. I didn't really like that. I deserve an apology.
Okay.
Wow.
I could give you like a typical like apology from someone's not actually sorry, like I'm sorry your feelings are hurt.
Hi, I'm sorry, I'm Mackenzie.
Like, no. Nice to meet you.
I love how he said
I ran
thanks.
away.
Like,
I'm gonna run away. Why?
I wouldn't be thankful for that. I mean,
I gotta run away. Mr. Gossip. Hey, so now we're gonna talk about graphing slope-intercept forms. We're gonna kind of go the reverse. We talked about plotting it, running equations from it. Now we're gonna talk about graphing. We didn't talk about plotting. We talked about writing equations from it, writing equations in it. But now we're gonna go the other way. We're gonna graph slope-intercept form. Oh, Mr. Gossip. Nice to meet you.
Can we have one day where you like just go through
It would be like so tough. You know, like that meme where it's the kid at the desk and his like veins are like popping out of his head. It's like when you haven't done such and such, you know, it just changes for the meme. And you haven't done blank in like 20 minutes. When Mr. Carlson hasn't done a dad joke in 20 minutes.
I saw one where it was like, I'm so concerned about your what you do in your free time. And
I'm so concerned about you and what you do in your free time. I'm Mr. Carlson, nice to meet you.
that was good.
He sits and scrolls through
Like, you're getting excessive.
So they can get a technique ovation. Oh.
Intricate and excessive.
So, some goals for today. Don't write these down. Don't write these down. Learn about vertical and horizontal lines. Okay, which way is vertical, guys?
This way.
Left, right, over.
This way.
This way. Everybody do it. Everybody do it. Everybody do it. Not everybody doing it. Not everybody doing it. Not everybody doing it. Not everybody doing it. Okay, very good. Okay, horizontal. Which way is horizontal? Everybody. Everybody.
I can't do it.
Horizontal is this way. Okay. Okay. We're also going to learn how to graph an equation in slope-intercept form. Okay, we've talked about slope-intercept form a lot so far. We're going to graph in it now. We're going to learn how to write an equation in slope-intercept form by looking at a graph. We actually did that part already. Okay, so we have these special lines. So we have horizontal lines. Hey, what acronym did I have for horizontal lines? HOI. Okay, and what did HOI stand for? Horizontal line. That's where the H came from. Horizontal lines.
Slope equals 0.
Ah, that's a 0. Very good. 0, not no. Slope is equal to 0.
Yes.
Y axis.
Y equals
Oh,
a number. Okay? So the equation of a horizontal line, instead of being y equals mx plus b, you'll just have y is equal to a number. In this case, it'll be y is equal to b. Y will be equal to whatever the y-intercept is.
Maybe you should pay attention. You did.
Nobody asked for your input, Nate.
Okay? So
Ask for you.
this equation right here, this graph, okay, this f. Suppose this is at x equal, or this is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The equation of this line would be y is equal to 6, because that's the y-intercept. And at this point, y is 6, correct? At this point, what is the y value? 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 So it's always 6, right? So it's all the points where y is 6. So we just say y is equal to 6. Because no matter where you go, y is equal to 6. Y equal to 6. Okay. So some other examples you could have y is equal to -10. That'd be if it was crossing at -10, like down here. Y is equal to 5, like one below this. And y is equal to 3 over 5, so like, like right around there. And they would all just be perfect horizontal. Questions on that? Dink. Okay. But another special line, vertical lines. Vertical lines go up and down, okay? Hey, what's our acronym for vertical lines? You have HOI for horizontal, you have what for vertical?
Box.
Bucks. HOI, bucks. V-U-X. What's the V stand for?
Vertical.
Vertical. These are vertical lines we're talking about. Let's get vertical. Vertical. Okay. U, what's the U stand for? Close. Undefined. U is for uranium. Palms. N is for no survive. When you plankton. It's a fun song for SpongeBob.
I'm really concerned because I don't think that's what
I really concerned.
No, it's
Yeah,
plankton
it's
version.
What's X?
X equals number.
X equals a number. Okay?
X equals
Because
number.
just like on the Y, we had, all the values were the same. We're gonna have the same thing with the X. So all here, this value is -5. So X is -5 here, correct? What's X right here?
-5.
What's X here?
-5.
What's X here?
-5.
What's X here?
-4, 5.
What's X here?
-5.
-5. What's X here?
-5.
What's X here?
Oh my gosh.
Are you guys sick of saying that? What's X here?
-5.
What's X here?
-5.
What's X here?
-5.
You guys sick of saying it yet?
No.
Okay, what's X here?
One.
-5.
Here.
2.
What's x here? Does. Okay. Hey, so these are all the points where x is -5, and you can fit an infinite amount of points in there.
Is that like bigger than the y-axis?
What?
No, it's the same size.
It looks bigger.
It looks a
Like it
little.
goes up a little higher.
One.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband's like, what?
Here, is that better?
No.
What about now? Is that better?
That's better.
Yeah.
And you like,
Make it crooked to the side.
oh my god,
Yeah.
do not. I will cry.
Do it.
Not
Do
it.
it. Do it.
Do you want me
Do
to
it.
and then
Do
write
it.
down?
Do it.
Do it.
Just
every class.
do it.
New.
Do it.
So some other examples could be x would be 8. Give you all the points for x is 8. X would be -2. Give you all the points where x is -2. X would be -4/5. It could be all the points where x is -4 or 5. Questions on this?
You said from the horizontal y equals b. What does x equal? What do you put down for the?
Just x equals a number. So just more specifically, the number will be the y-intercept. Here, the number is going to be the x-intercept. We don't have an acronym or a variable for that. Yes, Asa.
So like, wait, I don't get it, cause like, x lines are like this, and then y lines are like this. So y is the x line, like.
It's not an x line.
Yes.
Undefined.
So Asen's saying, hey, if x goes horizontally, left and right, Mr. Cosmo, and y goes up and down vertically, why are y lines the horizontal lines, and why are x lines the vertical lines? That's backwards. Well, here's why. Because the y value for all of these lines, for all these points, does it change every time? So we have no consistent y value the whole time. But it's quote unquote simpler for us to say this line is that, because no matter where you go on this line, x will always be -5. It doesn't change. So it makes it a little simpler on us. And just like on the previous line, going back to this, if you look here, everywhere you go, y is 6, but the x value is consistently changing. The x value is consistently changing. So for this one, you could have like y is equal to 0, x plus 6. But is there a reason for us to have the 0x? No, because 0 times x is just going to be 0, and then you end up dropping it anyway. Just saying y is equal to 6. Does that make more sense? Okay, it's kind of a weird concept in general. It is. But yes, this is the time when it's kind of backwards. Rachel?
Are we supposed to be writing the special stuff
Yes. Have you guys, did nobody write the special line stuff down?
down? I wrote it.
So, hey, thank you. So,
No, good for
hey,
you.
horizontal line, I want you to write the special line stuff down. So, we'll go ahead and do that. Big oof.
Big.
So you write special lines, horizontal lines,
I want you to write like everything down. Not that much, just spread out. You're being extra.
Do we have to do all the examples?
Yep. Only because you asked. If someone else asked, probably not, but because you did. Just kidding. I made you guys do it anyway.
At least you give us false hope.
Also,
Yeah, what's up?
do you want to sign my agenda book?
It would be my honor.
Thank you, sir. With that autograph right on
I want to keep this, give yourself for big money someday.
there. Yeah.
When I grow up, become famous.
You already
grow
are.
up.
Am I though?
You're older than me, so yes.
I was gonna say, I know Rowan would sharply disagree with the idea of me being grown up.
Yeah, she's more of
Somebody
an
like a
adult
year
than you
older
are.
than you is grown up.
Dang.
I like how Rowan does
She's
this.
a grandma, actually.
Did you say about the same?
Okay, my horizontal is like huge, but when I slope it's like that.
No, I'm wrong, because it's a negative slope, that means it has to decrease somewhere either. It's going back
left, you should have gone for the head.
Also, with the way that you moved your pencil, when you said left, you went this way, which is right, which kind of confused me.
It's, you are right. Not for me. This is left.
That's left, this is right.
That's right.
Yeah, but you went. Okay.
Whenever I said right, I went this way. And whenever I said left, I went this way.
You said left and went that way.
No, whenever I said left, I went this way.
No, you went that way.
Because I went like this, and then I went like this.
Yeah, Matt, you just said you went left.
Yeah, I
You went
said
right
I
on
went
left.
left. I went left. Well, I didn't throw my pencil away. I went left and then down is what I said, and then I went up and then right.
But you said left when you went right.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
In my hand is mine and sonar. You two are seeing things.
It's fine.
Point is, I kept making the slope positive, not negative. And so whenever I went back and did the math, I was like, oh, apparently sometime along the time of 3 a.m. whenever I was doing this homework, I just forgot how to be smart.
I hate that I can't say.
I was an idiot and didn't realize, I was actually going to have to call today, and I was like, oh, I'll just do math homework tomorrow, and then, it'll be fine. And then I realized, oh no, I have to.
Did you guys get all this one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Okay.
So, okay, here's the vertical lines ones, please, that one as well. Did you already get the vertical lines one?
What did you say?
Nobody knows.
The world may never know.
Maybe that's a good.
Whoa, this entire section is written in pen.
That's definitely not good.
You're gonna make up with them for your project. They keep yelling at me. They're like,
Break. I'm like, I still got 3 weeks.
Shelf? 10 by 16 chest. 10 by 10 by 16.
Hey,
Alright, moving on. Boy Bucks. Boy Bucks.
I'm sorry.
Boy Bucks.
Then,
Oh, sorry. Hi, sorry, what?
do I write this down?
Please go back.
Sir Costle, do I write this down?
So,
Sir Costle, do I write this down?
yes, write all this down.
Fine, so answer my question.
I did.
Yeah, for like. Talk about stress mode. It's just extra salty today. Wait, all of this?
Please.
Stop directly at the word talk.
It's his dad
You're a
joke.
child at heart, but you're still able to deal with
It's because of his dad jokes. It's what keeps him from breathing.
Well, you guys keep me young, so that helps.
How?
I would have forgot how to drop a line.
Are you the youngest teacher? You think you can remember 2 weeks ago? I can barely remember yesterday. Because he's in my book. My book.
My book.
That and Kevin is in my heart, not my head.
No, this semester.
Oh,
I can't embarrass you for a while.
yeah, my parents said if I'm a good child that they don't go. Little do they know what I'm like in school.
Yeah, I was calling them.
Wait, how would you get my parents' phone number? That'd be creepy.
Because you submit your parents' phone number when you sign up for
Wait, how do my
school,
parents' phone number to school? I don't like that.
so that if you get injured,
Yeah,
you can
that's
call
why
your
I go to
parents.
my house.
Dude, I can get your address.
That's so weird.
Yeah, how's that make you feel?
Please don't.
Bro, why don't you just go ahead and
Taylor, if you got injured and you had to go to the hospital, the
I would
school's
just
not
want you
gonna
guys
take
to let me die, okay?
just lets you die.
Yes. I don't need no hospital for
I don't need no hospital.
They're gone now.
Broke both of my legs, no hospital needed.
See,
No,
eventually
I'm
you'll
gonna
be
take
able to
total offense to that. You know why? Because you're supposed to be nice to me.
That's your decision.
Actually, we should be good.
You being nice to me is my decision.
No, your decision to be triggered.
You know what? Close enough.
Swear up, bring it.
I'm gonna crack your neck.
Sorry.
Why are you like this? I don't know. Ask my mother. I can't write. Stop. You're being really rude.
See, you're offending me right now.
You like being a teacher? When you were growing up, were you like, I will be a teacher?
So I knew in high school, so I thought I knew it. I began to think about it in
Do I
high
have
school.
to write this
So I
down?
knew I wanted
Yes.
to please.
All of it.
I wanted to do something with math. Knew that. 'Cause I really liked math. And then I went ahead and did some accounting courses when I was in high school. And I'm like, not feeling it. So after 2 years of accounting courses in high school, I'm like, yeah, that's not it for me. That's not it, chief. And so I did some tutoring, peer tutoring other high schoolers. A little bit in high school through National Honor Society, is what my school did it through. And then Seminole had to do peer tutoring here. And I'm like, I really like this. This is pretty cool. And like, I really like it when like somebody gets it, because like a lot of times when somebody gets it, I call it like the light bulb moments, like the light bulb goes on their head, and I'm like, oh, like that's pretty cool. Like, the face lights up and everything like that. I love that moment. Live for it. And so I'm like, this sounds like a pretty cool thing to me. And so I decided to go pursue a degree in teaching. And as I got more into it, I got into like different high schools and like visited and helped out in the classroom. I'm like, yeah, I really like this. And so that's how it went. So graphing equations in slope-intercept form. Thanks for asking. Y equals mx plus b is our slope-intercept form. B tells you where to begin. B is the what? Y-intercept. Very good. So we're gonna plot that point on the y-axis first. So it says plus 5. We're gonna plot it at 5 on the y-axis. M, the slope, tells you how to move. You start at B and you use your slope to create another point, which is why we're keep it as a fraction. Now this finally comes into play. I said, hey, we'll get to that. We're finally getting to that. And then you draw the line, okay? You draw a line. You connect your points, you draw a line. Okay? Alright, draw the line here, okay? So, not like Toto. Don't be confused with Toto. Hold the line. It's one of their songs. Love is not always on time. Accurate. Okay, anybody still need this?
I have no idea who that person is.
Toto's a band. They have a song Africa.
Africa, Tyson.
You know that thing we listen to every other day?
I watch the rains down in Africa.
I've never
He was like,
It's because
Like,
Tyson's
like,
uncultured.
don't worry about
He's
him.
like, he's just uncultured.
Okay, so y equals 3x plus 2. What's our slope of this equation?
2. Oh, 3.
How do you know it's 3?
Because it's
As the x. Okay, hey, first of all, I want you to write this down, please. Write this down and sketch a graph.
Well, if you want to more accurately make fun of me, go for the country side, because I probably listen to more country than any of you.
You listen to country music, Tyson?
It's country.
Are you gonna play country music while you're in your uncle's tank with a flamethrower?
Country music is better than what?
No, I don't think there would be any music. There'd just be a lot of loud sounds.
Tyson, country music is better than what?
Rap any day.
It depends on who it is.
It beats every single time.
And I don't like country music, so I like everything besides country music. Do you like country
This
music?
country music has a meaning. Rap is just random fast words, retarded sounds, auto-tune.
You sound like my
Some
dad.
guy is like,
Except my dad actually likes rap music.
Like, okay, how many drugs are you on?
Hey, what's the y-intercept here? 2, because how do we know that?
My dad likes Eminem.
Because it says right here, plus 2. The 2's by itself, so it's 2. Okay? So it said, what are we gonna start with? What's our first step?
Plot the y
I'm not done yet. I'm Mr. Crossell.
Go on.
Nice to meet you.
It's like awakening a demon.
Interesting. So what's our first step?
Plot the y.
What?
Plot the y-intercept. And you said the y-intercept is 2. So we're gonna go on the y-axis. Y-axis goes up and down, okay? We're gonna go to 2. We're gonna plot it. Boom, we did it, okay? Now what? You go what? Up 3 over 1, because our slope is 3 over 1. 3, which is really the same thing as 3 over 1, tells us that we rise 3 for every 1 we run to the right. Could we also go 3 down? 1, 2, 3. But what
Then
would
you
we
would
have to
have
do
to go
instead?
left.
We'd have to go left 1. Because that would be minus 3 over minus 1, making it positive still. Okay, so this can also be negative 3 over negative 1. You can go either way. How many points do we have? How many points do we have?
3.
3, okay? My rule of thumb, I like to have 3 points when I do a line. And here's why, okay? Because it makes your line a little bit straighter, which really helps me out a lot, because I need any help I can get in that department. And then, also, it can help you catch some mistakes if you do 3 lines, 3 points for these. But you really technically only need 2. You technically only need 2, and then you can connect them. And then we'll connect our points. Like, see how much better I did with 3 points there than I do sometimes? Okay? Okay, it's not perfect, but like, it's pretty good for me. So go ahead and graph your line. So graph your points, graph your line, please. Is this supposed to be the Lion King song, but it's just a bunch of random lyrics?
Sure, why not? From Boy Meets World.
I don't like the Lion King, but I'm gonna watch the new one because I'm gonna like that one.
You're going
I just know I'm going to.
No good.
How does that work? Who does that
Y'all expect me to see that little tiny lion tell Mufasa to get up and not cry?
I laughed, you guys.
But you didn't like it?
The original one? It was
Yeah.
boring. No,
You're
So you
boring.
think the remake of it's gonna be any better when it's the exact same thing? But
Just like better animation.
Yeah.
I was with friends at Ralph breaks the internet yesterday, and Jordan cried.
she cried?
It's not even sad.
Okay, anybody still need this? Dang.
You know what Disney movie?
Hey, try this one. Try this one. Write this one down. Try graphing it. Well, because dang means don't
Take
kill
it
me.
also it means weed. I don't know if you
dope.
knew that.
What
That
means?
still
That's
means
not any
weed.
better.
That's a joke.
You're starting to scare me, honestly.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it.
Mr. Consul.
Yeah, what's up?
The 2 is the rise, right?
Correct.
All
Alright,
right.
alright, alright.
I saw that reminds me of this video I saw where it was like this pastor in a church and he was like
A zip
a
line?
harness like going across like the
They
top
don't
of
even
the
have
church.
decent doors.
That's what I heard, yeah.
And he's like preaching.
So they use auto tune to make themselves.
He's like, in the name of the Lord, and he's like floating above the
About
audience.
75% of the songs
Maddie, have you finished this one yet?
I'm about to grab it.
I'm about to graph it on Mr. Costle.
Oh my god.
Or about how their life is.
Ooh,
Oh.
really?
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
I'm trying to
sad.
get a better life. I'm a liberal.
You guys are plotting? Is that what's happening?
No. So I was gonna say that you can't do the hi, my name is whatever to my little brother because he says my instead of I.
Really?
Every single time. Like, doesn't matter if you say
My tired. My hungry, like that kind of thing.
That's what he does. He never says I.
That's funny. That's cute.
And then you're like, he's 33.
57.
No, and then when you're like, you have to
58
say I, and he goes,
days.
"My already said I."
Has everybody done this?
Why do you have two water bottles?
Because this one's empty, so now I need
The
another
extra
one.
hydration.
Gotta make sure I never run out.
Commit to hydrate. You know what they say, hydrate or dihydrate.
I love water.
Water is hydrated.
Okay, hey, can I get a volunteer to come up and do this on the board? Okay.
I volunteers tribute. Actually.
Hey Taylor, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna cry now, Mr. Costello. It's me. You can pick a color.
What?
Purple. I'm salty now.
Hi, salty now, Mr. Costello. Nice to meet you.
I forgot what it was. Wait, don't know you. Yes, next time.
Little Niet sheet.
Yes. You want you to go down? Do I have to go down?
No.
Guys.
Hey, voice off.
Post up.
Taylor's going to explain this one. Thank you, Taylor.
You know, you start at -4 because that's the way it's set to do, and then you go up to over 3 because that's what it's supposed to do. Oh my god, I put the wrong light intercept. I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry,
I was
Mr.
looking at the
Costello. Nice to
other
meet you.
one. Don't touch me. What?
Just touch the metal.
I just start complaining.
So, Riley had a good question real quick. Okay, we'll get to you, Taylor, in a second, okay? So, Riley had a good question. So, she has asked, do you have to go down and over the other way? You could if you wanted to, but you don't have to, okay? You could if you wanted to, but you don't have to, okay? Yes, Taylor, what was your question?
Why do you have a window? You're indoors and there's a window on the what?
It goes in Mr. Titus' room.
Oh,
You guys share walls?
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
share
no.
walls.
wait, is that just like a curtain on the other side?
No, he put up some like it's like some like chalkboard paper on there. So,
So what's the point of the window?
So if I knock
So
on
there
it,
used to
would
be a
they hear me?
computer lab in there, so that way, and there's a window on the other side
So
of the
you
room
could
as
like
well.
check.
So that way, the
people are
person,
there.
a teacher in here can check in there. So anyway, question on this?
They had one. So if we knocked on the window, they would hear it.
Yes.
Mr. Beckman
No,
had a
no.
window.
Hey, voice off, voice off, voice off. Okay, I want you to do this one.
Oh, yes, and his door is back.
Yeah, there is.
Why
Miss
so
Jones'
much
room
so
was right
slow?
there.
Last time I checked it
The
was
love
like
of the love I
Nah.
I can't even tell if that's
And
technically a
I was like,
fraction.
it's still
It's
like-
starting to look like it's
I
like
bet. I bet it was.
Is there a supposed to be fraction bar?
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Good day.
Hi Taylor, I'm a pterodactyl.
Zovian with
Hi, pterodactyl.
atomic
Hi, Mr. Carlson. Nice to meet you.
one proton.
You know,
That'd be really high.
you're just gonna stand there until I do it. Technically, Mr. Coffee, she was introducing herself to me. Yeah.
You're still my pleasure to meet her.
No, it's not. It's really not. If you've met me, I'm really sorry for you.
That's weird. Same thing Gabe did. And they look like 42.
Please go away. You're scaring me. I'm gonna call CPS.
In parentheses.
You didn't do that time.
My name. Nice to meet you.
I am just going to execute myself.
I'm going to execute.
Oh my god, that's being too loud. Shut up.
Nice to meet you.
I know it got us for big.
Can I get a volunteer to do this one?
They won't leave me.
Can I get a volunteer to do this one?
We need to call a
I did the last one, so she probably shouldn't do this one too.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I did
It was Taylor.
Oh, Taylor did the last one. I'm sorry.
What one is negative, guys? Which one is negative?
Be that way. Be self.
Yo, I wonder how much it would take me to like beat myself up.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was something, and I had it like a different way.
I'm busy.
Anyway,
I'm busy.
we were right on the corner and
Being up the eye,
it infected and you just
say hi, I'm busy. Say hi, busy.
yeah, like I was
I know.
I don't even remember
Don't
what
say
we
hi.
had talking and like I sat down.
Because if I
and
say
go
like,
right
I'm
on
Mr.
top
Fossil,
of
would
it,
you say hi, I'm Mr. Fossil? No, you leave out the I. Say hi, Mr. Fossil. So if I say I'm busy,
Hi, I'm Mackenzie. Nice to meet you. That's how it goes.
No,
Yeah,
you
but
would
you
say
say-
hi,
you say
busy.
hi,
because he's
busy.
saying he is busy.
You wouldn't be like if so you told someone your name is Mackenzie, you're like, hi, I'm Mackenzie, they wouldn't be like, hi, I'm Mackenzie.
I'm short for I am.
you wouldn't say, you know, okay, so if you introduce yourself and say, I'm Mackenzie, okay? I wouldn't say back to you, well, hello, I'm Mackenzie. How are you today?
You say, hi, Mackenzie.
Yeah, I would leave out the I.
You know how English works? You know how communication
Hey, voice
works?
off, voice off. Kennedy's going to explain this. This is
Hi,
massive.
Miss Moen.
I lost my other one.
Miss Moen.
What is that? Sisters
Miss
from
Moen.
last year's.
I really couldn't tell you.
It's blinding us.
Miss Moen.
Good luck.
Is that your pleasure?
Yes.
Hi. Thank you for teaching me.
It's not mine. Okay, move on.
Whose is it?
We'll see. Why aren't you in the chair?
Oh, maybe. Rowan, why are you skipping, you fool?
Yeah, you fool.
I touched it.
Okay, questions for Kennedy on this one. Did you ever give yourself a slap on the back?
Thank you, Miss Moen.
Thanks for the offer.
Kennedy.
You're welcome.
You've been denied lots of them.
Hey, go ahead and grab this one, please.
But why?
Because I said so.
Guess what? It's a
Because
line.
it's beneficial for your learning.
Okay.
It's like milk tweezers or something.
What?
I got milk tweezers.
That was so wicked here.
Why?
I don't know.
That may work.
Just in case he loses the button.
Or lose a triple time.
What else is gonna do with it? Sew another tie?
Yeah.
He just sews it back.
You can't sew a tie.
But
You can't just like it's not the same as knitting. Are you guys? Do you know?
You can make a tie and that involves sewing, but you don't just straight up sew a tie.
Wait, you've sewn a tie? Yes.
It's not the same as knitting. My grandma, if she were here, she'd beat you. My grandma would whip off her slipper, beat you, come back to the She's
Hey, has everybody done this?
No.
Oh, make sure you're doing it.
I did it. I was laughing at Tyson because you had the sewing kit, and I was like, "What are you gonna do? Sew another tie?" He's like, "I didn't do it."
Yeah.
You can't sew a tie like you can stitch. Like you can stitch up a tie and fix it.
I think if I've sewn a tail back together, I can sew.
Say a tail?
Yes.
You can sew a tie back together, but you can't just straight up another tie. You can't just straight up.
That's not what I was saying. That he
Yes,
was
I
sewing a complete new tie. I was saying it was just in case he lost a true tie or it broke.
It will be a good.
Metaphorically lost, like death lost.
Dad,
He's knitting it.
his tie
My
died.
grandma heard you say that she would live off her chocolate.
Frankenstein tie.
Don't make my grandma get my chocolate.
I heard it just. What is he gonna keep it around? Sew a tie, and I was like, yes, it's just in case he loses a trooper tie. That's what I said.
Well, if he loses the trooper tie, he no longer has a trooper tie, meaning there is nothing to
He meant that like-
Hey,
Breaks it.
I'm pretty sure if you say in like, or basically, I lost my general. I don't think he's just out wandering around going, oh, I wonder where in the world I am in this, dead man zone.
Where's
He's
he
dead.
at?
He's dead.
I lost my son.
Every Tuesday, I live Hi. Wow. You should give that check out.
I'm gonna call my grandma and she's gonna come down here. She's gonna hit me with her chocolate.
Well,
Riley, go ahead and do this one.
Where are you going? Me? Yes, you're Riley.
Oh. Hey, Moon, do you have perfume? We did this already. Oh my god.
Somebody tells me his cousin.
It smells like an old lady.
why are you smelling old lady?
We just learned to ignore it at this point, Silence! Don't do that, you know I'm short. You know I'm not tall enough to stop you. Post up! Post up! Mr. Russell, how tall are you? I have to get personal.
Oh, wait.
Ah, she got it! Run, Taylor, run!
Yeah. Good effort.
That's like her whole body.
She just pulls it.
It's gonna break.
She pulls it, Mr. Consul goes flying.
I let go and she goes flying.
Wait, how tall are you?
5'9".
You're
5'10"
5'9".
soaking wet.
I'm 5'6" and a quarter. Actually,
What did you just say?
He's 5'9".
Okay, hey, Riley got this far. What else could she do?
Go across.
She can draw it.
Draw a line across. Yeah, just draw a line right there. Go.
Fly it. Do it.
No! Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Smartest one of us all.
That really hurt my back.
Oh, yeah.
Back hurt how much?
Okay, why would that be what we need to do?
Because it's crazy. That's how it works.
That's how it works. Okay, this is a horizontal line. Horizontal line. Hoi. Horizontal line is a slope of 0. Horizontal line is a slope of 0. Their y is equal to a number. In this case, y is equal to 8. So it's all the points where y is equal to 8. So y is 8 here. 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 Y is 8 everywhere of every one of these points on the line. Voice off. Question on this one.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and do this one, please.
A long day. We have 21 minutes left.
Are you gonna cry?
I'm just gonna be doing this for the next like 20 minutes.
Do you want me to be salty?
Maybe. I mean, I like it when you're writing.
How do you write your sevens? Yeah, how do you write? I'm salty.
Hi, Sultan. Mr. Russell.
What is this?
Close to that.
Just say me is instead of
Me
I am
is.
now.
Mine is salty.
Me is.
Mine is salty.
I think my sevens are a little extra, but it's fine.
That's also writing.
I don't know who it is with this. I don't know.
Hey, has everyone done this?
No.
Hey, go ahead and do this.
I don't know how to spell.
Have you done it? But you need to grab it. I mean, you at least need to write 8 graph out. Like,
Probably shouldn't put your finger on the trigger.
I
Just
think
like
I'm
shoot something.
these like throwing me.
Finger on the trigger.
That's not school appropriate.
Also check this.
I have never met anyone that aims a gun down when they fire. But I mean, yes, this is shot in the butt.
God, why are there two of your why? Isn't it?
It's because guns
It's
are
a
thick.
double barrel.
It's because
Double
guns are
barrel
thick.
hand shotgun.
Yeah. It's one of those vertical ones too.
Hey, so what does this equation, instead of y equals, what do we have instead?
X
X equals, okay, so think back to our equations when it's x equals and what that does. So think about our abbreviations maybe, or acronyms that we have. We had HOI for the last one. Which one do we have for this one?
Bucks.
VUX. So make sure we're using VUX here.
V-Bucks. Mr. Castle, will you serenade us?
No.
Feliz Navidad.
Do you sound like a dying cat when you sing?
Yes, but worse.
You sound like a cat being electrocuted.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, I'd say. I at one point had some level of vocal talent, and then I hit puberty and stopped singing, and so that combination
When
is
he was
kind
a
of.
little boy, he was like a little church boy. He was like,
When I was a young warthog.
Shut up! I will call my grandma on you.
Okay, voice is off, guys.
My grandma can
For real, voice is off.
My grandma could do this.
Class. Thank you. Can I get a volunteer to do this one? Aislinn, go ahead.
Grandma pie.
Grandma pie. It's like Fight Club, but for your grandma.
I'll lose a teeth.
My grandma's gonna get her chocolate. So.
Where is all? Yeah.
And what do we put at the ends of the lines? Very good. Okay. Hey, can you explain this one, Aislinn? Okay. So, VUX, vertical lines have an undefined slope. and the equation is x equals. So actually, one thing I would alter, her line is perfect. It's at -7. It's all the points where x is -7. X -7 here, 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 and so on and so forth. What's the slope of a vertical line?
1.
Vertical lines have an undefined slope. And does this cross the y-axis at 0? Does it cross the y-axis anywhere? So there is none.
What if it's like x equals 7 plus 1?
Then it just be x equals 8. You got it together. Questions on this one, class?
X equals 7 plus y.
Please solve it to put it in Hey, so what we're gonna do, class, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start our 5.4 notes very early. Okay? We're gonna start our 5.4 notes a little bit. And then we'll be done for notes after that. After we start 5.4 notes for a bit.
Are we just doing like
Ew, it's green!
No, yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Is it like adding on to that?
It's
Yeah.
in the first 2 pages.
It's like the same packet, but hey, so standard form and intercept. So go
Are
ahead
we
and write
gonna do
down 5.4
scientific notation?
standard form and intercepts. No, Luke's will be.
Bro, I love scientific notation.
Good, I'm happy to know that.
I don't know what that is.
Gives us
It's 'cause
5
it's-
essays on it.
Rachel, Lisa,
It's
maybe
because
you
it's like the easiest thing in the world. It's the easiest thing in math.
Yeah.
Here's why you have too much love. Scientific notation. Here's why my grandma could beat up your grandma. In this essay, I will.
Hey, has everyone titled their 5.4 notes?
Yes. I'm working on it.
I'm working on it. That's awesome.
Taylor, I'm gonna send you a Google Doc that's entitled "Why My Grandma Could Beat Up Your Grandma."
Is it
Well,
titled
first off,
or
my
it's
grandma's dead, so like, I think I should be in the court.
Yeah, I think it's already.
What?
Is
No,
it titled or is it titled, Maddie?
Ew, so that's gross.
There's a song about a grandma fight club.
I hate that.
Is it entitled or titled?
Ew, stop. Freaking Christmas. What? Ew.
You said your favorite would be entitled.
The colors are.
Yeah, that too.
No.
Listen, okay, listen, you're telling me a time
How do you
where
spell
it is set
What?
to be fat and eat like a fat person. You don't like.
What song is
I'm not being,
this?
I'm not being offensive. I'm just saying, like, whenever it's sitting and said, like, literally force yourself and Jesus.
Hey, boys, stop! Goals for this lesson!
Well, thanks.
Goals for this lesson! Learning about standard form of a linear function, learn how to find a slope in the standard form, and learn how to find intercepts of a line in standard form, learn how to graph the standard form. So to learn these things, standard form is another form that we have for our linear equations. We have slope intercept form, we also have standard form. I would say that slope intercept form is usually more helpful for us for most things. Standard form can be really helpful for us for this third point right here, learning how to find intercepts. Yes, Maddie? It'll be all in that same packet.
Which is that why you in the house?
The one we have. This one.
No, which page?
Hey, so I want you thank you, to write all of this down.
I like writing because I have pretty handwriting.
I have any trouble writing. I'm Mr.
No,
Gonzalez.
okay, no, listen, this seems super smart.
Don't touch her.
I can't write with this hand. Yeah, I don't write with my right hand.
Yeah.
You need a paper towel or
Do you need to wipe it off of Mr. Kotzel's hands when he's trying to shake your hands? I think he would let you.
That's really rude though. Don't do that. I'm going to.
Thank you, voice of reason.
What am I supposed to write down?
What?
That's how she is in our group and for weights.
Thank you.
The voice of
I'm
reason.
gonna be in your class next semester.
You will?
Yeah.
Failed what?
You should join our weight group. Our weight group is so fun. Yeah, everyone is like, let's do dumb stuff, and then Rowan's like, how about we don't?
I knew it.
Oh my god.
How about not?
She's the voice of reason.
Has everybody written all this down?
Oh,
I have
Oh,
Jacob.
okay. Talking like
Tyler.
I was like,
No.
no.
I'm not even talking, and I'm not.
No, he like.
Maddie. Right, Rachel.
I really do not want to see two grandma spiders.
There's a song about that.
Yes, she was singing it.
I
Trixie.
don't want to know.
It was really good.
See what he did. It sounded nice.
I thought you grandpa.
Hey, so standard form of a linear equation. So we have these linear equations we talked about. We have standard form. Standard form is this right here. It's the ax plus by is equal to c, where x and y are still variables slash points. So they're still the same thing as in y equals mx plus b. They're still
What
the
is
same
A,
x
B,
and y.
C? Are those the numbers?
A, B, and C. Well, A and B are A, B, and C are numbers.
Yo, I kind of remember this.
A, B, and C are just numbers. They're going to be numbers every time. They could be 0. They could be, because we don't know which number they're going to be.
Just put a blank.
That basically is what we do.
Put a Y and then X. It's just singular.
But if you put a blank there, we don't know that there's a blank there.
Do a,
We put a
do
variable there.
line under, so
If we
it's
put a
like.
variable there, we know there's a blank there.
Mr.
Because this
Coswell,
could be anything. This could be anything. This could be anything.
Mr. Coswell, is your grandma still alive?
One of
My grandma can fight your grandma.
My grandma will win. So, 3x plus 6y is equal to 5. What would a be in this equation? How do we know a is 3?
Next to X.
Because it's where the a is supposed to go. It's being multiplied with the x. Okay, we have ax, a times x, 3 times x, 3 is a. What is b? 6, because it's where the y is. Okay, it's being multiplied with the y. And what is c? 5, because it's over here all by itself. When we're in standard form, we can find 3 pieces of information about a line. We can find the slope. It's more complex to find the slope in a standard form than the slope intercept. We can find the x-intercept and y-intercept, and the y-intercept is a little more complicated than the slope intercept form as well, but it does make it easier for us to find the x-intercept.
Is that 6Y or 8Y?
This is a 6. This is a 6. It is
Yo,
not connected.
I'm blind.
I blind up Mr. Gossel.
And you're wearing glasses, so like, I don't know.
And they're my new glasses.
Nice to meet you.
Hang on, I'm
I
like,
ain't ready to get that. Mr. Gossel.
my grandma's hanging on to you.
Do you have, what's that one called?
My grandma told me that.
Yeah, I want you to write these down too,
Your
please.
bracer.
I want you to write this down, okay? So we have x and y intercepts. X and y intercepts. Okay. So we talked about a y-axis. Our y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. The x-intercept will be where it crosses the x-axis. Same thing, different axis. You don't have to be crazy though. Hey, so yesterday, you know, I gave you that packet. It was like 4 pages total, but also 2 pages at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about when I say it's 4 pages. It's front, back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Hey, so on that one, yesterday, what did I assign?
All the odd numbers. 3 and 4.
Okay.
3 and 4 are the odd numbers.
So yesterday,
Same, except for the back.
I assigned pages 3 and 4 odds. Today, I am adding pages 1 and 2 evens. Okay? Do not confuse them, please. Do not confuse them, please. Okay? So don't do like the whole thing odds, the whole thing's even. Just swap them around. Okay? Make sure you're very careful. Yesterday was pages 3 and 4 odds only. Today is pages 1 and 2 evens.
What if we wanted to do all of it? What if we already did all of
the entire package.
Good job.
Well, then you're done. But you have to do the evens on the front page. Front page too.
Evens and odds. I thought that was actually homework.
That's not the entire package.
Great, I'd call that a successful failure.
Right? Thanks. That's all for today.
That's all I got for you folks.
Are you like
Work your ends. What time? How many minutes do we have?
That's you.